All right, let's dive in. You know, we all think we know the hero's journey, right? There's a noble quest, a scary dragon, and a big triumphant return. But the story we're exploring today, the Mwindo Epic of the Nyanga people, well, it takes that classic formula and mixes in a kind of magic that's completely its own. So, forget about magic swords or super strength for a minute. Just imagine this. What if a hero's greatest weapon, the one thing that could take down monsters and even stand up to the gods, was a song? That's the question right at the heart of the Mwindo Epic. And Mwindo, wow, he's a hero with almost unbelievable power. I mean, get this. He was born already walking and talking. From his very first breath, he was carrying this magical scepter. And his resume, it's just staggering. Slaying a dragon, traveling to the underworld to face down gods, and, get this, bringing an entire village back from the dead. But you know, what makes Mwindo's story so powerful is that it doesn't start with fame and glory. Not at all. It starts with total rejection. He's a hero who wasn't born to cheering crowds, but to a death sentence from his own father.
Okay, so here's the central problem. His father, the chief Shemwindo, made a rule. He would only accept daughters, period. So when Mwindo was born a boy, he wasn't just, a disappointment. He was a walking, talking violation of the chief's law. And that simple fact, just his birth, is what kicks off his whole incredible journey. Now, to really get this story, we've got to understand how it was actually told. See, before it was ever written down in a book, the Mwindo Epic was this living, breathing performance. It was a shared experience of story and song for the whole community. It's what we call an oral epic. And this is where our modern idea of reading a book just gets flipped on its head. This isn't something you do silently by yourself. It's a huge, public event where the storyteller, the musicians, the entire community, they're all creating the story together, night after night. For centuries, this story only existed in people's memories and in these performances. It wasn't until 1956 that this master storyteller, a bard named Kandi Rureke, performed the entire epic, over 12 days, by the way, for an ethnographer named Daniel Bybuke. He recorded the whole thing. And then, just over 10 years later, it was translated, finally sharing this amazing story with the rest of the world. This quote, it just paints such a perfect picture of what it must have been like. Seriously, just try to imagine it. This isn't a quiet library. It's a village square, buzzing with joy and music and dancing. The audience wasn't just sitting there passively. Nope, they were part of the story, singing along, living it right there with the bard. So, let's get into the adventure itself, because this is where things really take off. After being cast out by his father, Mwindo has to use everything he's got, his smarts, his magic, and especially his powerful songs, to survive and prove he belongs. And his path is just brutal. First, he has to survive his own father trying to kill him. I'm talking being buried alive, then sealed in a drum and chucked into a river. After that, he journeys to the underworld, has to face impossible tasks from the gods, hunts down and beats this huge dragon called Kurimu, and finally, he makes his way back home to confront the man who wanted him dead. And this is where we get to the real heart of it all. This epic isn't just an adventure story, it's a deep philosophical debate. On one side, you've got Shemwindo's law, which is all about materialism. He likes daughters because they bring wealth through marriage. But on the other side, you've got Mwindo's law, which he learned through suffering. It's all about morality. He's basically arguing that it's cruelty and a lack of compassion that truly destroys a society. The way the story gets this message across, it's just as important as the message itself. The epic is this incredibly rich and complex mix of different literary styles, all woven together in a live performance. The storyteller just masterfully shifts between all these different forms. One minute, it's a proverb, packing in some ancient wisdom. The next, it's a riddle to challenge the audience. Then it flows into a song that pushes the story forward, followed by sacred prayers and powerful chants. It's an absolute masterclass in storytelling. So why does this ancient oral story still matter so much today? Well, it's because the kind of hero it created, this rejected outsider who rises up to save his people, is such a powerful and timeless idea. It's an idea that continues to inspire modern storytellers. And you can see this so clearly. For example, a study on Congolese literature compares Mwindo to Mukulo, the hero of a modern novel. And the parallels are just unmistakable. Both are from a mythical land, both are unjustly kicked out by their own people, and both have a mission to unite their community against a huge threat. From Mwindo, it's his father's tyranny. From Mukulo, it's colonialism. The pattern is there.
And this all brings us to the story's ultimate lesson. Mwindo's journey isn't just about personal glory or getting revenge. It's about becoming a wise and fair leader, and his story basically provides a roadmap for what a good community should look like.
When he finally takes his place as chief, he sets up a new set of laws. And they're pretty simple, profound ideas about respect and compassion. But look really closely at that last one. Accept the chief, fear him, may he also fear you. This isn't just about the people respecting their leader. It's a pretty radical call for mutual accountability. It's saying that a good society is a two-way street, where even the person in power is held in check by the people they serve. That is a timeless lesson in leadership.
So in the end, the Mwindo Epic is a classic in every sense of the word. It's a thrilling adventure story, sure, but it's also this amazing window into the values of the Nyanga culture. And more than anything, it's a powerful reminder that some of the world's greatest literature was never meant to be read quietly from a page.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? As we celebrate these incredible stories that have been saved, what other epic poems, what other timeless tales, passed down for generations by voice and by song, are still out there, just waiting for the world to listen?